Hey crafters, it's Leo with Dreaming Tree, and today we're going to take a quiet moment together and create something that celebrates one of the most beautiful messages of the season. In this project, we'll be crafting a lovely He is Risen card featuring a warm wooden cross, soft rays of sunshine, and delicate lilies that symbolize renewal and hope. So gather up your cardstock, settle in to your craft space, and let's enjoy the process together as we bring this beautiful card to life. Let's get started. Okay, so as usual with a card like this, we'll just go through and kind of piece little things together, get them ready to go. This little piece here is what we're going to use for our print and cut element, and we have the quintessential He is Risen caption here. You'll notice that there's a place for it right here. There's little sets of markers to help you with the positioning of it, and then we've sort of, by use of, well, ingenuity and creativity, we've kind of made it look dimensional without having to do too much to it, I guess you could say. So we're going to start by putting the caption in this little spot, and then over here there's some additional little spots, and you'll notice that there's a marker here and here. There's like a little V here and kind of like just a right angle on the bottom, and that's for this little piece. And I did actually take and hit this with a little bit of brown just along the very edges, not around the inside, just the outside. And you can see how it kind of gives the illusion of it being dimensional. Let me see if that is glued down all the way. It is. Okay, good. Okay. And I've got one more for the other side, and that little pointy piece points in. Again, you can see the little marker there to help you with the placement. There we go. There you go. Okay, cool. So next, we're going to take and we're going to build these flowers separately, and then what I think I'm going to do is actually, I might foam square these. I'm not quite sure. Maybe. You know what? Maybe it doesn't need it. It's already so dimensional. I think we're just going to glue this on flat, but got to get that caption on first because a little bit of this kind of overlaps the caption, which is why we started there. Okay, make sure you get some glue on those little stemmed petals so that they don't accidentally get ripped. Now I'm gluing cardstock onto, this is a silver textured foil, so it might take a few extra moments for everything to kind of get a hold. Now I'm focusing on the main part of it, and then I may have to just kind of nudge these little individual, I think these are like little bulbs actually, for some additional lilies that are baking. There we go. Again, we have the little single line cuts to create the illusion of the veins for our beautiful lilies. And then next we're going to take this layer and we're going to get this glued down. Same thing applies with those little individual guys up there, so keep those in mind. Make sure that you get a little bit of glue on those. Okay. And just want to match that up. It's essentially going to cover up everything except for those little leaves with the veins on them. Make sure you get these little bulbs in place. That looks great. Okay, our next layer is going to be this layer. And you'll notice here, I actually took some yellow green, sort of like a yellowish green ink, and just did little circles starting from the center, just to give them that more natural sort of look. And again, the use of those little single line cuts to create the separation between each of the little petals. Not only does that make it look nicer, but there's different ways of accomplishing that. I could have actually put some more layers on top of that, but I think it's actually accomplishing what we're looking to do with even less work. And that is always good. That's always a good thing. Makes the process so much more enjoyable. Okay, next we're going to put down this, I think this is a tea green, Put this layer down. Not only is that going to create the stamens for our little lilies there off to the side, but create a little backing for the rest of it. Now, these little stamen pieces here, the tips of them, you can go in and just kind of hit them with a little bit of, like maybe you have a brown marker, just the very tips of them could use a little bit of brown. The pieces were so small that we did not want to try to cut them out and have you perform surgery to get the little stamens on there. So you're welcome for that. But if you want, you can add that little touch after the fact by simply just grabbing a fine point marker and just coloring them in. This, for the most part, is just a paper piecing project. You don't have anything crazy as far as, you know, like a pop-up mechanism or anything. All right, next, we're gonna find this piece, and again, do the same thing. Starting in the center, just kind of went around in a circle with that yellowish green ink. And actually, if I have it sitting out, I'll pull it out so you know exactly what color this is. And this is actually going on a white pearlescent for the flowers, just to give them a little bit of sparkle. And I don't have it handy, but it's okay. Probably have a yellowish green in your stash. I can pull them out real quick. It's not a problem. I'll grab it after I get this stamen in place. Okay, this guy is going to go right here, just like that. And again, just kind of building from the bottom up, creating these beautiful layers for these flowers. And I can't tell if that's glue in there or if I just happen to have a little piece of paper maybe that, nope, that was glue, so it's okay. All right, and then the final stamen here, you want the little sections with the little nubs facing up. They all come together at the base of the stamen. So it's just going to go on like this, and then use those little markers to help with the positioning. Just like that. Beautiful. Okay. All right, let's take a look at our little cross. Okay. And we're going to start by taking and gluing this lighter brown on top of the dark. And there's sections of this lighter brown that will be covered up by the white. So you can actually, you don't have to worry too much about when you're inking, getting the glue in places where it doesn't belong. So feel free to ink. You can ink on this spot here because it's going to be covered up anyway. And then as we place this, just use these little guys here, right here and up here as your guide for placement. Just make sure everything is nice and accurate, and the rest of it will fall into place. So that'll make sure that our cross is nice and centered on that shadow layer. And that looks perfect. Okay, next we're going to take this layer and get this in place. This is a pretty quick card. You should be able to make a handful of these in a pretty minimal amount of time, I would say. Okay. And just pop that right on there. Should match up perfectly with that little shadow element. Press that down. Then we have this guy, just to kind of create some dimension on that, give it a two-toned sort of look. Let me make sure that I am in fact putting it on correctly. Sometimes when I take things off the mat, I kind of forget the orientation. There's instances where that doesn't matter, but this is not one of them. Just doing little dots. It's a pretty delicate little piece. Okay, do your best to match that up nicely. Creates just enough, I wouldn't even call it contrast, but I guess it is, in a way. It's a white on white, but it does the job. And that pearlescent is just super nice. It's got just enough sparkle, but not an annoying amount by any means. Okay, then we're going to grab these two little pieces to finish this off. Okay, and this is going to go right here. One on that side. Okay. Clean that off a little bit. And then the same thing on the other side. Fairly symmetrical. Yeah, you know what? Put the glue on the wrong side of that one. See if I can pull that glue off. It might be okay. If not, worst case scenario, you can always cut out another one. I'm going to try to salvage this piece. And if it looks like it's too blemished, I'll just cut out another one and just pop it right on top. And if I have to, I'll add another layer on top of that one as well. Okay, but that looks great. That's pretty much ready to go. Now let's take a look at the base. I found this really cool blue background, and then here's my little sun ray background. It's kind of a tongue twister. Sun ray background. We've got a lot of surface area to cover here. If by chance you get to the end and you notice that where you first started is already starting to dry, it's okay. You can always put it down. And for those of you that have been with me for a long time, just grab a piece of scrap paper and we can always paint some extra glue in those areas. Be careful as you place this. Make sure that you get it lined up nicely at the top, the sides, and the bottom. Should be flush all the way around. Let's start at the bottom here. I think that's a good barometer for making sure that everything is in place. That looks great. Okay, just found some nice pattern paper. Actually took and hit the edges of this with some blue to try to kind of blend it so it almost disappears as it works its way out. Talking about the sun rays here. Okay, next we're going to take this and glue it to the green layer. It's almost like a little, like we're matting a photograph. Okay, pop that right in the center, like so. Make sure it's nice and level. There we go. If you happen to have your brayer handy, you can use that, and I'm trying to grab those inks for you so I can tell you which one I used. Okay, next we're going to take this element, and this is going to get glued down flat onto the base here, like so, and that looks really nice. So go ahead and apply your glue. Okay, just focus on getting the bottom lined up. You can see there's a perfect little shadow element for it there at the bottom. It should be flush with the bottom and the two sides. And if you have that in place, the rest of it should just match up for you. Press that down. That is beautiful. Nice and dimensional. Okay, and then here you can decide if we want to glue this down flat. You'll notice a set of markers here for these 2 points. That can go right there. And you can glue it down flat. Probably a good idea if you're planning on mailing it. If you're hand delivering it, you can absolutely flip this over. And I'm going to do it because I love how dimensional things look on camera, especially with my style of photography that just makes things pop nicely. Go ahead and put some foam squares on there. Work on the outside and then kind of come in to the center. I think maybe, I don't know, 9 of them, something like that will be fine. These guys up here, I wouldn't worry about it. They're a couple layers thick now, and it's not like they need extra support. Otherwise, they're going to start drooping. They're relatively small. Just leave them be. Okay. And actually, you know what, before we do that, I need to glue this to the card base. I've already taken the base and folded it in half. Use my solid score marks for that. And let's hit this with some glue. And of course we have a beautiful coordinating envelope to go along with the card. Just make sure that as you're placing this, you maintain a even white border or whatever color you're using for your card base all the way around. Try to make sure that that border is consistent. all the way around. Press that down gently if you want to use your brayer. You can, especially on the edges here. It's probably the most important part. Okay, now we can grab our little caption with our beautiful lilies and pop that right on there. Sure it's level. Oh yeah, see, that's just nice. It creates nice little shadows. You can see little shadows that it's creating there. Beautiful. What a gorgeous card. Okay, here is the little insert that comes with it. You're just going to take and glue this to the inside. You can use this little insert as your canvas for having your machine write, print, and cut, whatever you want to do. That's going to go in there. That is beautiful. And let's quickly take a look at the envelope. You can see here this was cut out with solid score lines as well with my Juliet. Beautiful lines. In my experience, in my opinion, much better than the Cricut's solid score tool, mostly because you can actually, with the Cricut, I believe you can set, normal, more or less pressure. This gives you way more control over how much pressure you use for your scoring. So you can get nice, crisp lines. Okay, so we're going to take and fold this in, then fold these two, other way around. Fold the two sides in, then the bottom. And you want to begin applying your glue right here in this corner on the inside. And then just do a little line all the way down. There's some little dry glue bits flaking off of this thing. There we go, just like so. And then you can close it up, press it down. Okay. And then, finally, well, for some odd reason, I ended up throwing this in the trash. Okay, so this little piece is going to go in here. And what you want to do is just put a little bit of glue around the cross here. And then on the actual flap portion, just focus the glue around the perimeter. Keep it away from the inside. And what we're going to do is just pop this right in here so that we have an even border all the way around. And that's going to give us the nice contrast on the front for the cross, like so. And then we're going to take this additional little inset piece, throw a little glue on there, and glue that down to the inside, just like that. Beautiful. Okay, so that's going to do it for this card. Like I said, very quick, relatively, but beautiful. And that's it. You can see here. It turned out fantastic. So that is going to do it for our He Is Risen card. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also hit that little bell so you get notifications anytime we release any new content. If you're looking for the content, you will find it exclusively over at Creative Fabrica, where you can purchase this individually, or for $47 a year, gain access to all of our 3D content, as well as hundreds of thousands of fonts, graphics, embroidery files, 3D printer files, so on and so forth. What a wonderful deal, and I hope you join us over there. But again, beautiful card. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I look forward to crafting with you again.